This is the Monday Night Raw September 29, 2025 full show results video, which takes place at the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Rhea Ripley opened this segment by calling out Asuka and Kairi Sane, saying she once believed they could settle their issues like true warriors, but what they did to IYO SKY crossed a line. IYO then entered, admitting Rhea was right but confessing she still loved Asuka and Kairi as family. The Kabuki Warriors appeared on the Tron, with Asuka accusing IYO of betraying her mentorship and begging her to apologize, while Kairi pleaded for the trio to reunite. Rhea urged IYO not to go back, warning her about being burned by family. As IYO struggled, the Kabukis ambushed Rhea from behind. IYO snapped and tried to save her, but Asuka betrayed her, spraying mist in her face. The Kabuki Warriors brutally attacked both Ripley and IYO, leaving them down as medics checked in, while the Kabukis stood tall. Then we saw a match between Dominik Mysterio vs Rusev for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Dominik Mysterio defended the Intercontinental Championship against Rusev in a hard-fought battle. Early on, Rusev overpowered Dom with suplexes and slams, but Mysterio used quick counters and high-flying offense to stay alive. Rusev caught him mid-air for another crushing fall-away slam and maintained control after the break. Dom fought back with Tijeras, a senton, and multiple 619s, but Rusev's strength proved too much. The Redeemer nearly scored a victory with a Machka kick and attempted the accolade, only for Dom to escape. In the end, Mysterio used a low blow and rolled Rusev up to steal the pinfall and retain. In backstage footage, Adam Pearce tells LA Knight that making him a guest referee at WrestlePalooza was a mistake and urges him to stay out of tonight's business. Knight insists he only wants a title shot. The New Day interrupts, demanding a tag title opportunity, leading to bickering. Frustrated, Pearce books Knight vs Kofi Kingston later tonight. A recap shows Bayley wearing Lyra Valkyria's shirt, prompting Lyra to question her motives. Bayley asks Lyra to be in her corner again, but Lyra refuses, recalling past betrayals. Despite Bayley admitting she can't do it alone, Valkyria insists she can't risk more second chances and leaves Bayley on her own. The next match happened between Bayley vs Raquel Rodriguez. Bayley battled Raquel Rodriguez in a hard-hitting contest. Early on, Bayley used speed and strikes, but Raquel's power dominated with shoulder blocks and a huge toss across the ring. Bayley fought back with a stunner over the ropes, a suicide dive, and a Frankensteiner attempt, but Raquel countered, slamming her into the barricade. After commercials, Bayley hit a diving elbow and a senton atomico, but Raquel fired back with a fallaway slam and Vader bomb elbow attempt. Bayley nearly turned the tide with a figure four, but Roxanne Perez interfered, clawing Bayley's face. Rodriguez capitalized, hitting a one-armed powerbomb for the pinfall victory. After the match, Roxanne Perez attacked Bayley until Lyra Valkyria surprisingly made the save, striking both Judgment Day members. Though Raquel briefly regained control, Bayley fought back, taking out Perez and Rodriguez. Valkyria looked conflicted, but Bayley enthusiastically celebrated her involvement, slapping hands and showing excitement at her unexpected backup. Backstage, the Usos argued over LA Knight. Jimmy questioned why Jay refused to help last week, but Jay insisted that Knight isn't their concern and criticized Jimmy's approach, saying it cost him world title success. Despite tension, Jay refocused them on handling business tonight, leaving Jimmy thoughtful after their handshake. Backstage, IYO SKY is tended to by medics when Kairi Sane approaches, urging reconciliation and forgiveness. Sky rejects her, telling Kairi to leave. Left alone, IYO sadly clutches a photo of their past together, reflecting on fractured bonds and lost family. The next match happened between Kofi Kingston vs LA Knight. LA Knight and Kofi Kingston battled in a heated match full of momentum swings. Knight landed heavy strikes and a suplex neckbreaker combo, while Kofi countered with aerial offense, including Shadows over Hell and a diving brain chop. Interference from Xavier Woods nearly gave Kingston the edge, but Knight persevered. After avoiding trouble in paradise and catching Kofi's counter attempt, Knight capitalized with the BFT. LA Knight won by pinfall, scoring a decisive victory over the former tag team champion. Backstage, Akira Tozawa praised Maxine Dupree before Becky Lynch interrupted, mocking her as a failure while boasting she's the world's greatest wrestler. Maxine fired back, citing AJ Lee, prompting Becky to cheap shot Tozawa. Lynch then viciously attacked Dupree on a table until road agents intervened to stop the assault. Becky Lynch runs into Seth Rollins backstage. She asks about his well-being, he admits he must handle matters alone and walks off, leaving Becky slightly reassured as the show heads to break. Back from commercial, Seth Rollins addresses the crowd, reflecting on past crown jewel matches against Cody Rhodes. He dismisses past wins and losses, emphasizing that what matters is now, with both men at the top. Rollins criticizes fans who want Cody to lead the company, insisting that all decisions run through him. Cody Rhodes responds, arguing the fans and unpredictability like Braun and Braun's appearance show no one controls everything. He stresses the match should focus on the championship and their performance. Rollins harshly rejects notions of friendship with Cody, claiming their past at WrestleMania 40 was never genuine. He declares at Crown Jewel that he will rewrite history, control the narrative, and cement himself as the true leader shaping the future of the industry. Backstage, Rhea Ripley checks on IYO SKY, who agrees that Rhea was right. Sky reveals she and Ripley will face the Kabuki Warriors at Crown Jewel. Ripley expresses concern about Kairi Sane, but Sky assures her she's fine. They hug, with a brief awkward missed moment, ending on a supportive note. Back from commercial, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles address the crowd. Lee announces he's the #1 contender for the AAA Mega Championship and aims for Dominik Mysterio. Styles praises their team, looks forward to his Crown Jewel match against John Cena, and promises to dominate Los Americanos tonight. The next match happened between AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Los Americanos. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles dominate the match with high-flying maneuvers and teamwork. After counters, tags, and a chaotic breakdown, Styles delivers the Styles Clash on Bravo, securing the pinfall victory for the duo. Stephanie Vaquer and Tiffany Stratton hype their Crown Jewel showdown backstage, showing mutual respect. Vaquer vows to dethrone Stratton, while Tiffany asserts her dominance as champion, declaring it will always be Tiffy time, and La Primera must settle for second. Paul Heyman asks Seth Rollins if he's okay, and Seth says he has to be. Paul gives him a pep talk, but Rollins shushes him and just repeats that he has to beat him. In the main event of the show, we saw a tornado tag team match between Braun and Braun Connection versus the Usos. The Usos attacked Braun and Braun at the ramp, sparking a chaotic, high-impact brawl. Braun and Breakker traded powerful moves, including shoulder blocks, super kicks, and barricade dives, while the Usos targeted them relentlessly. Breakker's leaping lariat through the announce desk left Jimmy down. Roman Reigns returned with a chair, leveling the playing field and taking out Breakker and Reed. The action continued with spears, Death Valley drivers, and stereo top rope splashes. In the climax, Jey Uso secured a lateral press on Braun Breakker for the pinfall, giving the Usos a hard-fought, high-octane victory after an intense, action-packed encounter. Post-match, Roman Reigns continues his assault on Braun Breakker with the chair, targeting his throat and back before sending him to the floor. Reigns then celebrates with the Usos, shaking Jay's hand and offering a pep talk, while Jim watches, concerned about Reigns' influence as tribal chief. How would you rate this week's Monday Night Raw? Tell me in the comments, and thanks for watching.